Well, Roman Reigns, thank goodness, wasn't on Raw this week. Could you imagine if he had turned up after everything that happened last week? It would have been ludicrous. But he wasn't, so that's okay. He will be back at the pay-per-view in a few weeks, but what are you gonna do? But all that aside, this is Ups and Downs, where we go through last night's Raw and we give the good stuff a smiley face and we give the bad stuff a sad face. Because what else do you want to do on a Tuesday? I am Simon from WhatCulture, and let's get this damn show on that up and down road. Despite the opening segment sounding a bit like a scripted GCSE play, I dug it. So it's getting up. Braun Strowman basically came out to a babyface pop and told everyone that last week Roman Reigns got exactly what he deserved. And if we listen to the crowd and go off what they thought, given they cheered that, it's 100% what Roman Reigns deserved. So now Braun Strowman is our face and Roman Reigns is our heel. Wrestling. That triggered Kurt Angle to arrive on the scene and decide to put Braun Strowman in a match with Roman Reigns at Payback, which is happening in a couple of weeks. Now that doesn't make any sense, because why would good guy Kurt Angle, who is the GM of Raw and trying to do nice things, put an injured man, Roman Reigns has a separated shoulder, in a match with a monster who just kicked his ass? But we'll forget about that. All this did make me wonder why WWE don't just book Reigns like they book Strowman. A dude that just walks around and kicks everybody's ass and doesn't care. Now, to a point, they do that, but it's the last bit. Roman really does care. Last week, before Braun ate him alive, he was going on about how sad he was that he beat The Undertaker. Strowman wouldn't be sad if he beat The Undertaker. Strowman would have gone back in there, taken his hat, and shoved it where you shouldn't shove things. Which is also why everything Strowman did last night on Raw is getting an up. He killed the Golden Truth, and then he threw Kalisto in the bin. Literally, he actually picked him up and chucked him into a skip. So that's the end of his credibility, and then Big Show turned up and he picked on Braun Strowman like, oh, I'm the same size as you, we should have a fight. And they did. The main event of Raw was Braun Strowman versus the Big Show. And what happened when they went at it? Strowman superplexed the Big Show, and as they landed, the ring collapsed. And that's never happened in WWE history. It has. It has happened before in WWE history. It was a cool spot and the fans loved it, and the fact that Braun Strowman got back to his feet and the Big Show didn't was good. Strowman is the man. Now, between you and me, as much as I did like it, maybe something a bit more original would have been preferred. We won't worry about that. Life's too short to worry about stuff like that, and this was kind of like the Big Show passing his big man torch or whatever onto Strowman. So all in all, fine work. Weirdly, however, I didn't think much of all the Jericho, Rollins and Joe stuff, which I usually like. Just getting it down. It was fine and there was nothing wrong with it, but the match between Joe and Jericho just felt a bit meh, and then the interaction between the Samoan One and Rollins felt a bit, well, it felt a bit forced. The story's in place, so you'd think I would care more than I do, but I don't. I was just like, yeah, you do you, guys. I'll watch. Keep being you. And the match will be great, we all know that, but it just needs something, and I don't know what that something is, so I'm a part of the problem, but, you know, just like an injection right in the arm. Fair play to Y2J for losing to Samoa Joe cleanly, though. He could have saved that for a pay-per-view, and I'm pretty sure that Jericho's of the level now, where he doesn't want to lose. He just says, hey man, I'm not losing, but he did, and he made Samoa Joe look strong, and I respect that. Nice. What wasn't nice is that once again we saw Gallows and Anderson versus Big Cass and Enzo. Those are down. Gallows and Anderson are really good. I like their promos and I like the way they carry themselves, but we've seen this match 1,000 times and both teams feel completely lost at the moment. I mean, what are they doing? They're just having little spats here and there and brawling for no real reason. Gallows and Anderson did win after almost killing Enzo, and that's fine, but can we do something different now? I mean, we've got Heath Slater and Rhino on Raw now, and we saw them, and they managed to escape Braun Strowman's wrath, so they're good to go. Throw them in the mix, please. Whatever you do, don't do this match against at Payback. I don't need to see it. I did enjoy the Miz TV segment with Dean Ambrose, though. And up right there. The main reason it ticked my box is because I believed both guys. The Miz sounded legitimately pissed off, While Ambrose can often play the kooky weird guy, here he sounded legit and like he didn't want The Miz questioning his work ethic. He gives a damn how he's perceived when it's not true, so he's going to take people for task to that, and more importantly, he made sure to work in the Intercontinental Championship, and in this feud, that is paramount. That is the most important thing you can do. Make the program about how the two hate each other and how the IC title is the difference maker, how whoever gets that is the winner, is the person that has won over the other person. Fingers crossed it remains a focal point going forward, and also, Dean Ambrose is very good. He's underused, he's underrated. The cruiserweight stuff was solid. Bit weird having a heel come out to 16-bit video game music, but I don't care about that, so it's an up. Unless it's 8-bit video game music. The main reason, of course, is Neville and Austin Aries. They're both great, and Austin Aries' promos are on point. And then we had a match between TJ Perkins and Jack Gallagher, which was alright, but the main thing was they're associating themselves with Neville and Austin Aries, and because of that fact, they feel bigger. It's like they use the star power to grow and become bigger people for all of us. The only thing we need now is more depth on the division. Throw Grand Metalik on there and go out and get other people that I can recognize and get rid of the purple ropes. All the purple ropes do is say to me, hey, this isn't really part of Raw. Just make it part of Raw. You made me stumble over my words. Just make it part of Raw. We don't need Purple Town in Purple Land. Now, this isn't an up and this isn't a down. This is a middle thumb as we wait and see what's going to happen between Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil, because I had a little thing on Raw. Now, Titus wants Apollo to join his Titus brand, and here's the thing, he actually should. Up to this point, Apollo Crews has basically had no personality other than, hey, I'm a really good wrestler guy, and I like going to wrestle, and as he said, I'm going to go kick down some doors. If he does start mucking around with Titus though, and we get some stupid segments each week, that should actually help him, or help us, understand who Apollo Crews is, and then eventually Apollo Crews turns on him or Titus turns on him and we have the match and Apollo wins. But before that, use this as an opportunity to make Apollo Crews feel more than just, hi, I'm a wrestler. If this is just another run-of-the-mill feud, then what's the point? There is no point, don't do it. The women's match was fine, a little iffy at the beginning there, but the ending was strong, getting up. Whole division just feels completely different at this point, and that was the idea of the Superstar Shake-Up, and Alexa Bliss is now the #1 contender after winning the Fatal 4-Way match, and in that match, they also managed to get Nia Jax over again as a heel because it was her finisher that set up the loss. So it achieved a lot, with the real question being, what do you do with Sasha Banks now? Don't get it. Everything with the Hardys is an up. What an awesome pairing they really are. Interview was great, match between Jeff Hardy and Cesaro was great. I'm just excited to see where they're going to go and what they're going to do. I look forward to seeing them pop up on my TV screen, and that is what top guys should do. Given that Jeff won this with a Swanton Bomb, I'm now intrigued to see what WWE are going to do at Payback. It's too early to take the titles off Hardys. Hardys only just won, and Hardys are your superstars. But I'm intrigued. We've still got a couple of weeks till the pay-per-view. Either way, I'm just happy they're back, and the little words that Matt Hardy gets in there to remind us of what he used to be, e.g. the whole broken thing, is just wonderful. Finn Balor was on Raw, even though last week he apparently suffered a concussion, so I'm giving it up as long as everything is above board. I just hope everything's above board. He had a match with Kurt Hawkins, which was what it was, but I did actually enjoy Hawkins' promo before that. Like I say, as long as this is all cool, then it's all cool. I'm not casting aspersions, I'm not saying there's anything untoward going on. I was just surprised, and health should always be your #1 concern. But lovely that it is all okay. Fingers crossed. Let's hope we just go forward now with no more injuries to Finn Balor. Bray Wyatt though. Man, I'm so sorry. It's a down. He cut a standard promo on Randy Orton, but here's the thing. It's the same old now. He runs his mouth and nothing ever happens. If I come on here every week and go, hey man, I'm gonna eat a pie, and the next week I come back and go, here comes that pie, but then you never see the pie and you never see me eating the pie, eventually out there you're gonna sit and go, he ain't ever eaten the pie. And that is Bray Wyatt. He's all talk, and his talk is always the same. And all this stuff like, he's the new Undertaker. No, he's not. The Undertaker was never booked like this. The Undertaker in the early days never lost. He never lost, and if he did, there would be shenanigans and hoopla. Bray Wyatt loses clean all the damn time. We need to rectify the Bray Wyatt situation so quickly because he's so good and he has so much potential, but apparently someone backstage thinks we can do whatever we want with him. No, we can't. Protect the man. Protect the legend that could be Bray Wyatt. The Emma and Dana Brooke segment, though, that's getting up. They continue to tease that whatever they had before is now dead and they're going to have a feud, and they tried really hard. And there's nothing wrong with trying really hard. One last down for the show, though. Booker T is not good on commentary. I mean, he's better than a Tunga, but that's like saying it's better to be punched in the face than it is kicked in the shin. And I also want to point out that it goes to show that Byron Saxton actually knows what he's doing. He understands his place and he runs with it. And I tell you what, didn't annoy me half as much as Booker T did last night. And that was Raw. It kind of felt a bit like a filler show, but it did have some highlights, especially the ring breaking, which means that we stumble on to Payback feeling pretty good about pro wrestling in general. And the card is looking pretty good. You'll have Roman versus Braun at the top. You'll have The Miz versus Dean Ambrose for the IC title. You have Alexa Bliss versus Bayley for the women's title. You have Neville and Austin Aries. And yeah, I know it sucks that the last 2 weeks we haven't had the Universal Championship on Raw. But let's be honest, do we really care? No, we don't. It's just a way to poke things and pull at straws. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about all of this, and then like, share and subscribe, then go to WhatCulture.com and read the ups and downs articles right now. You can also follow WhatCulture at WhatCulture WWE on Twitter and come say hey to me at Simon Miller 316. I'm Simon from WhatCulture. You go out there and you have yourself a damn good day. No!